He's no longer here with us, but I know that he is watching down, and he is so happy and proud of me today.
It's definitely been an up and down journey. My grandmother, she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Dealt with a lot of adversity, but I hope to take families that are dealing with similar things and hopefully give them more time for their loved ones.
Feeling confident, all the hard work that I put in these last 4 years is finally going to pay off.
I decided on medicine specifically when my grandpa passed away. It inspired me to want to help other patients and families like ours. Now he'd be so proud of me standing here today.
You know, I was 15-year-old boy when I came to this country, leaving my family, leaving everything that I know with one dream, to be a doctor.
But at some point, they heard the call of being a physician.
My mom is a physician, so I saw the way that she was able to help people and change people's lives, and I wanted to be able to do that for people in my community.
We don't have a single doctor in Ballard County, Kentucky, so it inspired me to go to school, and that's my whole goal in life, to be a physician for Kentucky.
She's wanted to be a doctor since she was a very little girl. It's been her lifelong dream.
And it's all kind of culminated today, getting to find out where I'm going to get to establish my first patients and be Dr. Samuel Golden, MD, for the first time.
You're gonna make me cry. I love you.
This is an important milestone in that call and that journey where you find out where you're going to be practicing as a physician for the first time.
We were here for you every step of the way to get to this point, and we'll continue to be here for you.
Everything we've worked for, all these years, it's finally come to fruition.
She has a very big heart and likes to help people as much as she possibly can.
I can't be more proud.
It means that I'm accomplishing everything that I was put on earth to do.
University of Kentucky has a special place in our heart. I couldn't be more proud.
I match at UK.
I matched at George Washington University for emergency medicine, and I am super, super excited.
I'm Maddie, and I matched in pediatrics at University of Hawaii. I'm going to Vanderbilt.
I'm going to Chicago.
I matched on my first choice at Dartmouth.
I got my number one. It's exactly what my wife and I have been hoping and praying for.
He'll be a fantastic physician, just like his dad.
I love it.
I matched general surgery at University of Kentucky Bowling Green. It's everything for me. So I'm just feeling electric.
We're study partners. We ended up getting married, and now we're getting to match together so we can become doctors together. There hasn't been a more rewarding experience for me in my life than with my best friend and partner, Carly.
Congratulations. I would trust myself to go under your knife and to be gasped by you.
I matched at Mayo Clinic.
It was my first choice. I love UK, and I'm so excited to spend the next 4 years here.
Go Cats, baby. Super excited.
Family hug. Love you guys.
Honestly, he's believed in me on the days I didn't believe in myself. It's just a great day, and cherry on top of a wonderful 4 years.
I'm just so happy to share this moment with people I love.
UK College of Medicine really helped me throughout my journeys. It really showed me the impact that you can make in such smaller communities. And this is something that I hope to carry out throughout my residency.
My dad was a general surgeon, and he trained at UK. And now the love of my life gets to follow in those footsteps. And it's all coming full circle, and I could not be more proud.
Got inspired by medicine based off my parents' journeys. Both of them have beat cancer, and the surgeons inspired me more than anybody I've ever known. They taught me humility. They taught me that surgeons are more than just their hands, and I want to impact lives like my dad's surgeon had.
I know whoever is in her hands and her care will be some of the luckiest people, and I'm so, so proud of her.
I could not be more proud that she's getting to accomplish her biggest dream.
I'm originally from Ethiopia. When you're 15, you have no idea. You're like, I just want to be a doctor. You don't know what it takes. Now I just realize not I just get to be the doctor, but I get to do it at the #1 hospital in the world, and I'm super excited.
We are so proud of them. We had a 100% match rate.
They're going to be leaders at their hospitals. They are going to be role models for future physicians.
Class of 2026, we're so proud of you. Congratulations.
엄마 너무너무 사랑하고 아빠가 너무 자랑스러울 것 같아. I love you.
Forever thankful that this is our old Kentucky home, but excited to see all the amazing places where they'll end up.
You're going to go heal the world. That this world is truly going to be blessed by your calling into medicine.
Congratulations, class of 2026.
This is all for my grandmother. Hope that I'm making you proud, and I know you love me.
To the class of 2026, congratulations. We made it.
Go UK!
Good afternoon. You may be seated. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our faculty colleagues, family, friends, and most importantly, the incredible graduating class of 2026. I'm Dr. Stephanie White. I have the pleasure of serving as the Senior Associate Dean for Medical Student Education, and it is my honor to welcome you on behalf of our academic community as we gather to celebrate this milestone. This class before you is truly exceptional. You all have taken full advantage of your opportunities, you've pushed through real challenges, and you've stayed grounded in what matters most, the responsibility and privilege of becoming physicians. Even though you've trained across 4 distinct campuses, today you come together as one University of Kentucky College of Medicine. We are connected by a shared mission to serve our patients, to strengthen our community, and to lead with purpose. Our regional campuses continue to carry that mission across the Commonwealth, expanding access to medical education and preparing physicians who understand and are committed to the communities they serve. Since our founding in 1960, the College of Medicine has been training physicians who make a difference. That legacy of service, learning, and innovation is now part of your story as well. But today we celebrate more than just academic achievement. We celebrate who you've become along the way. The persistence, compassion, and resilience that brought you here will continue to carry you forward. You have left a real mark on our college, and we are all the better for you. So as you begin this next chapter of your journey, remember that medicine is both a science and a deeply human work. The path ahead will ask a lot of you, but it will also give much in return. Please stay curious, stay grounded, stay connected to why you chose this profession. Congratulations to the class of 2026. We are so proud to celebrate this day with you. And to continue our celebration, I'm pleased to welcome our Dean, Dr. Chipper Griffith, to share a heartfelt message with our graduates. Dr. Griffith.
Thank you, Dr. White. The family, friends, loved ones, welcome here as we celebrate the conferring of the degree of medicine on these amazing students here. It's a wonderful day indeed. I do want to also recognize students. There's a lot of folks accompanying you today. We have a lot of your teachers here, to the left, to the right, and we have some distinguished guests. We have ex-chairs of our clinical departments. We actually have 3 chairs of our clinical departments I wanted to expressly recognize, if they would stand. Dr. Darwin Conwell, he would stand. Dr. Larry Goldstein, Dr. Conwell's the chair of internal medicine. Dr. Larry Goldstein, chair of neurology. Dr. Susan McDowell, chair of physical medicine and rehabilitation. Thank you. These faculty, these teachers, they are here to honor you, celebrate with you, and to welcome you into this profession. That's why they're here. I was reflecting about you all in your different paths. The video was amazing. I could see the emotion. I could see the closeness of your family, friends, and loved ones. And you all had so many different paths to get here. But one thing you all had in common, at some point in your life, you had this dream of being a physician. Every single one of you had that dream, and you hearkened to that calling. Today, you're on the cusp of that dream coming true as we confer this Doctor of Medicine degree to you. This is a moment to stay in that, following that dream. So I want to take you back a little bit. When your white coat ceremony, less than 4 years ago, we welcomed you to the medical school. We embraced you. And you may or may not remember this, but I told you a story at White Coat. It's a story about a movie called Field of Dreams, about dreams. And I would like to tell you that story again, actually, because I think you will hear it with a different lens. You may have liked it before, maybe you didn't, but you'll like it better with the lens of the heart of a doctor, with the soul of a doctor, and I hope this is more meaningful to you. So Field of Dreams is an amazing movie. I told you to rent it and stream it, whatever, last time. If you didn't do that because you're so nervous about medical school, do it now before you start residency. It is an amazing movie. It is about everything that's wonderful in this world. It's about family, it's about community. It is an amazing movie. Now, the premise of Field of Dreams is kind of hokey. So you may think, I don't want to watch that, but stay with it. The premise is this. So Kevin Costner plays this farmer. He's a farmer in Iowa. And at some point, he starts hearing these voices. And the voices say, if you build it, he will come. If you build it, he will come. And he starts to realize that what he's supposed to build is this life-size Major League Baseball stadium there right in the middle of his cornfields in Iowa. And he starts doing it. And his family is distressed, his loved ones are distressed. He's sustenance farmer. He's spending all this time doing this. He's cutting down the cornfield, which is their livelihood, to build this baseball field. And he builds it. It's a life-size Major League Baseball field. There's lights and everything. And he does it. And it comes to pass that this field is a magical field. It's the field of dreams. So what happens in this field is that Major League Baseball players that have been long passed away, 70, 80 years ago, they're out there in the cornfield, and they come through the cornfield and the outfield, and they live again to play baseball again at night under the lights in the field of dreams. So Kevin Costner and his family watch them play every night, these ball players living again in their field of dreams. And at some point, Kevin Costner comes to realize that living people can enter the field of dreams. If their dream was to play Major League Baseball at some point, they too can enter the field of dreams and live their dream out. So there's this physician in the little town they live in. His name, he's played by Burt Lancaster in all of his glory. His name was Archibald Moonlight Graham. And Doc Graham was a family physician I hope many of y'all aspire to be. He raised an entire generation in this community, from cradle to grave. He was their doctor. He was always there. But in the back of his mind, he had this unfulfilled dream. When he was a young man, he wanted to play Major League Baseball. And he really wanted to bat against a Major League pitcher. That was his dream. He wanted to do that. He almost did it, actually. When he was a young man, he was playing minor league baseball. And the very last day of the season, he got called up to play in the major leagues. He's going to live his dream. This is awesome. He didn't play the first part of the game. Finally, the last inning comes out. The manager puts him in. He gets to play out in the field. He's living his dream. I want to bat now. It's going to be great. The bottom of the inning, 3 outs are made. He didn't get to bat, and the season was over. World War I came. He felt the calling to his country. He left to serve. And after World War I, he said, you know what? Baseball's nice, but I need to do my true dream of being a physician. So he became a physician and raised a generation of people in this small town. In the back of his mind, he had this dream. And Kevin Costner said, hey, Doc, you can have this dream in our field of dreams. You can become your younger self and play in the field of dreams with Major League Baseball players. And so he brings him out there, and Doc Graham is going to enter the field of dreams. There's one catch, though. If you're a living person and you go in the field of dreams, you're transformed into your younger self. Once you leave, you can never go back. It's a one-time thing. So Doc Graham, he goes under the field, he's out there playing, and he's so happy. He's living his dreams, playing out in the outfield, playing catch. The players are welcoming him. And finally, he's about to come to bat. He's about to live his dream, finally. And then he looks over. So Kevin Costner and his young family are watching the game in the bleachers there. And all of a sudden, Kevin Costner's little daughter, about 8 years old, she suddenly falls down. She's turning blue. She is seizing. She is dying. Doc Graham's about to bat. Looks over. No hesitation. Starts running. He runs across the first base lane, transforms into his older self, his doctor self, saves the child. She was choking on a hot dog. And Kevin Costner says, Doc, this is a tragedy. I thank you for saving my daughter's life, but this is a tragedy. You were 5 minutes from attaining your dream of being a Major League Baseball player and batting against him. And Doc Graham says, no, son. The tragedy would have been if I'd not been a doctor for 5 minutes. That would be the tragedy. So there are many celebrations here today, no tragedies at all. You all are living this dream that you followed for so long, and it's for the betterment of this world. And so I commend you for following that heart calling. Thank you. But I did want to reflect, you all, I said, came from lots of different backgrounds, but you did have somewhat of a common path. You had the pre-med path, you had the medical school path, and there were strains. It was hard. Pre-med was hard, medical school was hard, there's no doubt about it. So you all had the stresses of, you had to do all the prerequisites, you had to do organic chemistry, you had to study for your MCAT, then you had to apply to medical school, and then you interviewed, and did that go well? I'm not sure. Then you got that phone call from the admissions committee, and you were so happy to hear that, and all of a sudden you're in, and now you're going to start medical school, and then there's a white coat ceremony, and you're wondering if you're going to be good enough there. And then the first 2 years, that's a lot of basic science, and it's a lot. And the stress of step one, that's stressful. Then you did the clinical rotations. Those were great, and your clinical skills are increasing, but hours are long. You're working really, really hard. And then finally, you decide what kind of physician you want to be like, and you start applying to those specialties, and you do interviews, and you hope they're going to match, and then match day, like you saw in the video, happens, and what a joy that is. And today, you're here to graduate and becoming a doctor. Yay, me. Yay me. And if we have taught you well, and we have taught you well, that yay me, you're going to feel a little bit ambivalent about it. We're celebrating today, but you feel ambivalent. And the reason is you chose a profession of service. Service to your fellow human beings. It's not about you. It's about those whom you serve. The credo of the National Medical Honor Society, Alpha Omega Alpha, I think says it best. The credo of AOA says, be worthy to serve the suffering. Be worthy to serve the suffering. I like to reflect on those words in times like this. Be worthy. It has like an element of chivalry and tried and tested. And you have all been tried and tested. Medical school was hard. Be worthy for what? For fame, for glory, for riches? No, it's worthy to serve. To serve. And to serve whom? The captains of industry, the princes of this world? No, it's to serve the suffering. Your fellow human beings coming to you for care and counsel. That's the privilege. That's the power of serving. I'll give you another quote. With great power comes great responsibility. That's from the first Spider-Man movie a long time ago. And you all have great powers. You are the pride of your families. You are the glories of your hometowns. But what is your responsibility of those great powers? Your great powers is to use those great powers you have to be an excellent doctor. The care, the compassion you have, the skills you have, the knowledge, the expertise. Those great powers to be the best doctor you can be for your patients, always. Always, every time, every encounter, every patient, every day. That's your responsibility. Your patients expect nothing less than that. They deserve nothing less than that. With great power comes great responsibility. You have great responsibilities, but your power is to serve. Now I want to leave you with a couple things, things that could trip you up as you become the wonderful, amazing doctors that you all aspire to be and that you seem on the cusp of becoming right now. You've seen some amazing doctors. You've seen amazing role models. You say, I want to be just like that person. They are just amazing. Their patients are wonderful. They love them. They take care of them. They go the extra mile for them. And you want to be like them. You've also seen doctors that have gone the other way. You've seen doctors that whatever happened through time, it's all about me. I'm the big doctor. I'm the expertise. The patients are lucky to have me. I'm so great. And when you start feeling that way, you've lost that calling that you had before of service. It's not about you. It's about your patients. So a couple things to think about if you start devolving into that me thing. And a couple things to think about. None of you did this alone. You think it's all about me. None of you did it alone. I got a whole auditorium of people out here that helped you get here, right? One of the saints of America, Mr. Rogers, said it well. He said, at some point along your path, someone smiled you into smiling. Someone loved you into loving. Someone believed you into believing. Someone believed you into believing you can become a doctor. All along the way, your family, your friends, your lovers, your brothers, your sisters, your best friends, a beloved grandparent, a teacher. So none of you did it alone, as great powers as you may have. So don't go into me. The second thing is, what sometimes happens like during residency, you're working so hard, and you want to delay gratification, and I work harder than anybody else. Don't think that way. Think about it when you walk in the morning. You are going to work very hard during your residency. You may come in like 5 o'clock in the morning, start your day there, and you think, I'm working so hard. Look around you when you walk in. You're going to see the custodians there. They're there at 5 o'clock in the morning. They're trying to make the hospital as nice a place as it can be for people who are in some of the worst moments of their life, trying to make the place at least a little nicer. You'll see the cafeteria workers there trying to prepare food to make it as nice as possible for those that are suffering in the hospital. They're working. They're there as early as you are. You may think, well, I work 80 hours. I work longer than them. I promise you, a lot of them have 2 jobs. A lot of them work 80 hours. They will never have the incomes that you have. You work hard. You're going to work hard. You're doing it for your patients, but don't think it's all about you, and don't think you work harder than anybody else, because it's not true. And then finally, the last thing I want to just admonish you not to do is don't abandon the great clinical teachers of your life. Don't abandon the great clinical teachers of your life. You may think, how am I going to do that? I'm not going to forget my great clinical teachers. I'm not going to forget Dr. Olan or Dr. Oakes or all those great teachers I've had here. But as good of teachers as those were, those are not the great teachers of your life. Great clinical teachers of your life. Who did you learn what a heart murmur sounded like on? Who did you learn what a wheeze sounded like? Who did you learn how to listen from? Your patients. Your patients have been and always will be the great clinical teachers of your life. Don't abandon them. Now, who are these patients? And why did they let you, when you weren't even doctors, be a part of their care? Why did they do that? Why did they let you practice on them? Well, there's many reasons they do that. One is many of them see the value you brought to patient care, and you all brought value to patient care. Many times, for example, in the hospital setting, the team would go around, and you were the ones that would go afterwards and talk to them after rounds, and they almost saw you as the face of the team, and you were there to provide them comfort. Some of them had large families, some of them didn't. Some of them were very much alone, and your presence comforted them. So you brought value to the care. There's no doubt about it. Some of them, it gives meaning to their illness. It's like, okay, I've got this condition. There's not much we can do about it, but anytime this Dr. DeBee is going to have these patients, they're going to learn on me, and they'll be able to take care of patients better. This is my body on which you may learn. And you say, well, how can I ever abandon them? Well, what happens is as you go into practice and you delay gratification so long, and you're thinking, well, I'm going to start my practice here. And if I see patients with this kind of insurance, it pays really well. This type of insurance, maybe not so much. Any of these patients that you've been taking care of are from this type of insurance. We're the safety net hospitals in all of our teaching hospitals. And the temptation is to say, well, I want my big car, my big boat, my big house, my big vacations, my big life. I'll just see these over here. I won't see those. I can't pay the bills. Once you do that, you've abandoned the great clinical teachers of your life. Now you can rationalize and say, I can't pay the bills. I can see more patients with the money for the practice than I'm making with this one. That's a rationalization. And even if that's true to some degree, that you can't just always do charity care, can't you at least do some? Like a patient tithe, maybe? You got 10 patients in your clinic one day, can at least one be from the great clinical teachers of your life? If you're doing procedures, can at least 1 in 10? Of course they can. Of course they can. Always advocate for your patients. Don't let your practice, your corporations you're working for, abandon the great clinical teachers of your life. So if you do these things and continue being the great servants you are, you're going to be the wonderful doctors I know you all aspire to be, that you all dreamed about being, the calling that you heard, and it's going to be a wonderful career. There's no greater calling in this life. But to tell you the truth, when I look around the room right now, I'm celebrating. I'm so glad for you all, but that's not really what I'm celebrating. I'm looking around and I'm saying that she's going to take care of 5,000 patients in her doctor life. He's going to take care of 5,000. He's going to take care of 7,000, 7,000, 5,000, 5,000. There's tens and tens and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of patients that will have a doctor because the students right here, right now in this room. That's what I'm celebrating. But hey, it's your graduation day. Hey, yay you. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Griffith. While he was able to summarize all of your medical school experience in about 15 seconds, we know that it was a little bit longer than that. And so now the moment our graduates have been waiting for since the start of medical school, I would like to welcome members of our Office of Medical Education leadership team to the podium and stage for the hooding and presentation of diplomas.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Abby Tissot, and I am the Assistant Dean of Students at our Northern Kentucky campus. It is my pleasure to present the graduating class of the Northern Kentucky campus. But before I present the class, I want to bring a unique part of our ceremony to your attention. All of our graduates were given the choice of who would hood them, either a family member who is a medical doctor or a doctor of osteopathic medicine, a faculty mentor, or a dean from the College of Medicine. At the UK College of Medicine, we value family and those special relationships our students gain during their medical education journey. We are excited that our students have the opportunity to be hooded by these special individuals. Flynn Blanchett from Independence, Kentucky. Dr. Blanchett will enter a residency in family medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. Philip Bright from Fort Wright, Kentucky. Dr. Bright will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nicholas Brunner from Oxford, Ohio. Dr. Brunner will enter a residency in family medicine at Bethesda North Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. Micah Cummings from Cincinnati, Ohio. Dr. Cummings will enter a residency in family medicine at the Christ Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. Maya Hyder David from Cincinnati, Ohio. Dr. David will enter a residency in internal medicine at the Christ Hospital, Cincinnati, Ohio. Olivia Davis from Alexandria, Kentucky. Dr. Davis will enter a residency in internal medicine and psychiatry at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Joshua Thomas Finnerty from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Finnerty will enter a residency in orthopedic surgery at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Emma Fitzgerald from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Fitzgerald will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Tennessee Graduate School of Medicine in Knoxville, Tennessee. Alan Ford from Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Dr. Ford will enter a residency in internal medicine and pediatrics at the Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. Evan Darius Groneman from Florence, Kentucky. Dr. Groneman will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Natalie Hagan from Versailles, Kentucky. Dr. Hagan will enter a residency in interventional radiology at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Jonah Heidel from Florence, Kentucky. Dr. Heidel will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of Illinois College of Medicine at Chicago in Chicago, Illinois. Sarah Hoffman from Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Dr. Hoffman will enter a residency in pediatrics at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Justin Hudnall from Morgantown, Kentucky. Dr. Hudnall will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky College of Medicine Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Holly Insko from Maysville, Kentucky. Dr. Insko will enter a residency in family medicine at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Jessica Marie Julian from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Julian will enter a residency in psychiatry at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. James Krauth from Taylor Mill, Kentucky. Dr. Krauth will enter a residency in internal medicine and pediatrics at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Rowan Kulkarni from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Kulkarni will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the Baptist Memorial Medical Education in Memphis, Tennessee. Miranda McCormick from Utica, Kentucky. Dr. McCormick will enter a residency in pediatrics at Wright State University Boonshoff School of Medicine in Dayton, Ohio. Shilpa Namala from Mason, Ohio. Dr. Namala will enter a residency in neurology at the University of Chicago Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Jade Nicely from Edgewood, Kentucky. Dr. Nicely will enter a residency in family medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. Morgan Piffner from Springboro, Ohio. Dr. Piffner will enter a residency in family medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. Maya Rodich from Independence, Kentucky. Dr. Rodich will enter a residency in neurology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Armin Razavi from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Razavi will enter a residency in emergency medicine at George Washington University in Washington, District of Columbia. Sydney Ryan Roberts from Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. Dr. Roberts will enter a residency in family medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. Bridget Schneider from Fort Wright, Kentucky. Dr. Schneider will enter a residency in family medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. Christopher Edward Wallace from Benton, Kentucky. Dr. Wallace will enter a residency in family medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. Megan Ward from Ludlow Falls, Ohio. Dr. Ward will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of California, San Diego Medical Center in San Diego, California. Renee White from Bardstown, Kentucky. Dr. White will enter a residency in family medicine at Ventura County Medical Center in Ventura, California. Victoria Williams from Maysville, Kentucky. Dr. Williams will enter a residency in family medicine at St. Elizabeth Medical Center in Edgewood, Kentucky. Donald Anthony Williams Stankiewicz from Covington, Kentucky. Dr. Williams Stankiewicz will enter a residency in internal medicine and emergency medicine at The Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. Catherine Zala from Villa Hills, Kentucky. Dr. Zala will enter a residency in dermatology at the Metro Health System Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. Rachel Zala from Taylor Mill, Kentucky. Dr. Zala will enter a residency in family medicine at Bethesda North Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. And now, Dr. Deanna Morris, Assistant Dean for Students at the Bowling Green campus, will present the Bowling Green graduates.
Jaden Stevens Beatty from Glasgow, Kentucky. Dr. Beatty will enter a residency in pediatrics at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. Madeline Rose Blair from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dr. Blair will enter a residency in family medicine at the University of Louisville School of Medicine, Glasgow, in Glasgow, Kentucky. Cameron Crass from Benton, Kentucky. Dr. Crass will enter residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Angeline K. Dames from Burlington, Kentucky. Alicia Fields from Candleburg, Indiana. Dr. Fields will enter residency in dermatology at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Joy Frith from Mount Vernon, Kentucky. Dr. Frith will enter residency in internal medicine at Prisma Health, University of South Carolina School of Medicine, Greenville, in Greenville, South Carolina. Brianna Gagan from Freeburg, Illinois. Dr. Gagan will enter residency in pediatrics at the St. Louis Children's Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri. James Robert Gates from Owensboro, Kentucky. Dr. Gates will enter residency in orthopedic surgery at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Lauren Ray Grieco from Mount Washington, Kentucky. Dr. Grieco will enter residency in emergency medicine at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Griffin Green from Bloomington, Indiana. Dr. Green will enter residency in pediatrics at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Reagan Grider from Burkesville, Kentucky. Dr. Grider will enter residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Megan Hopt from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Hopt will enter residency in internal medicine at the University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. Fielding Horn from Knoxville, Tennessee. Dr. Horn will enter residency in neurological surgery at the Baylor Scott and White Medical Center, Baylor College of Medicine in Temple, Texas. Ahmed D. Kamal Aldeen from Ahala, Babylon. Dr. Kamal Aldeen will enter residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Carly Paige Upchurch Lovely from Albany, Kentucky. Dr. Upchurch Lovely will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Nicholas Lovely from Knoxville, Tennessee. Dr. Lovely will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Justin Ma from Mayfield, Kentucky. Dr. Ma will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Nathaniel Martin from Owensboro, Kentucky. Dr. Martin will enter a preliminary surgery year in Spartanburg Medical Center in Spartanburg, South Carolina. John Michael Mills from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dr. Mills will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at the Baylor Scott and White Medical Center, Baylor College of Medicine in Temple, Texas. Tierra L. Moore from Morganfield, Kentucky. Dr. Moore will enter a residency in family medicine at Deaconess Hospital in Evansville, Indiana. Elizabeth Nart from Russell Springs, Kentucky. Dr. Nart will enter a residency in family medicine at the Lake Cumberland Regional Hospital in Somerset, Kentucky. Scott Nielsen from Vine Grove, Kentucky. Dr. Nelson will enter a residency in neurology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Claire Osborne from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Osborne will enter a residency in family medicine at Prisma Health, University of South Carolina School of Medicine, Greenville, in Greenville, South Carolina. Makeda Phillip from Clearwater, Florida. Dr. Phillip will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the Medical University of South Carolina in Charleston, South Carolina. Kendall Pryor from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Dr. Pryor will enter residency in obstetrics gynecology at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Caleb Sedlak from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Dr. Sedlak will enter a residency in family medicine at the University of Louisville School of Medicine, Owensboro, in Owensboro, Kentucky. Kaylee Stafford from Scottsville, Kentucky. Dr. Stafford will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of Tennessee College of Medicine, Chattanooga, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Stuart Tackett from Madisonville, Kentucky. Dr. Tackett will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the Maine Medical Center in Portland, Maine. Megan Walker Erhan from Wickliffe, Kentucky. Dr. Erhan will enter a residency in general surgery at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Elizabeth Walton from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dr. Walton will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. Now I invite Dr. Chris Slakes, Associate Dean for Student Affairs, to present our graduates from the Rural Physician Leadership Program at our Moorhead campus.
Jasmine Coatley Thomas from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Coatley Thomas will enter a residency at the University of Arizona College of Medicine in Tucson, Arizona. Bradley Furco from Russellville, Kentucky. Dr. Furco will enter a residency in family medicine at the Cheshire Medical Center, Dartmouth Health in Keene, New Hampshire. Katie Gaines from London, Kentucky. Dr. Gaines will enter a residency in internal medicine primary care at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Jacob Haggard from Covington, Kentucky. Dr. Haggard will enter a residency in anesthesiology at Mayo Clinic School of Graduate Medical Education in Jacksonville, Florida. Melinda Jane Allison Markham from Oil Springs, Kentucky. Dr. Markham will enter a residency in pediatrics at the Duke University Medical Center in Durham, North Carolina. Mason McGee from Moorhead, Kentucky. Dr. McGee will enter a residency in internal medicine at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Madison Meister from Kailua, Hawaii. Dr. Meister will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of Hawaii in Honolulu, Hawaii. Lauren Rose Miller from Winchester, Kentucky. Dr. Miller will enter a residency in internal medicine at West Virginia University School of Medicine in Morgantown, West Virginia. Amber Schifano from Belleville, Pennsylvania. Dr. Schifano will enter a residency in family medicine at Penn State Hershey Medical Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Drew Smith from Keville, Kentucky. Dr. Smith will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Dawson Stevens from Wayland, Kentucky. Dr. Stevens will enter a residency in neurology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. We will now begin the presentation of graduates from the Lexington campus. Hasib Ahmad from Pikeville, Kentucky. Dr. Ahmad will enter a residency in neurological surgery at the University of Missouri Hospitals and Clinics in Columbia, Missouri. Lindsay Ahmad from Pineville, Kentucky. Dr. Ahmad will enter a residency in general surgery at the University of Missouri Hospitals and Clinics in Columbia, Missouri. Sadia Akhtar from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dr. Akhtar will enter a residency in neurology at Genzinger Health System in Danville, Pennsylvania. Noor Ali from South Williamson, Kentucky. Dr. Ali will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. Andrea Alonso from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Alonso will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at SSM Health St. Louis University School of Medicine in St. Louis, Missouri. Yazin Al-Rafai from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Al-Rafai will enter a residency in internal medicine at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, Texas. Devin Atkins from Russell, Kentucky. Dr. Atkins will enter a residency in child neurology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Olivia Back from Versailles, Kentucky. Dr. Back will enter a residency in internal medicine and pediatrics at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Alex Raymond Baker from St. Louis, Missouri. Dr. Baker will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Mindy Baker from Owensboro, Kentucky. Dr. Baker will enter a residency in family medicine at the Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. Grant Brockman from Richmond, Kentucky. Dr. Brockman will enter a residency in internal medicine primary care at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. George Boutros from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Boutros will enter a residency in internal medicine primary care at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Hunter Campbell from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Dr. Campbell will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Med Center Health in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Jordan Shale from Overland Park, Kansas. Dr. Shale will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Supriya Chawla from Okemos, Michigan. Dr. Chawla will enter a residency in an integrated program in adult and child psychiatry at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Alexander Chang from Pikeville, Kentucky. Dr. Chang will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Hannah Lynn Cleary from Finchville, Kentucky. Dr. Cleary will enter a residency in general surgery at the University of Florida College of Medicine, Shands Hospital in Gainesville, Florida. Kylie Cochran from Buckner, Kentucky. Dr. Cochran will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Rachel Autumn Cooper from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Cooper will enter a residency in family medicine at Meritus Medical Center in Hagerstown, Maryland. Alexia Cornelius from Paintsville, Kentucky. Dr. Cornelius will enter a residency in internal medicine at Prisma Health, University of South Carolina School of Medicine, Columbia, in Columbia, South Carolina. Nathaniel Cox from Somerset, Kentucky. Dr. Cox will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at Baylor Scott and White Medical Center, Baylor College of Medicine in Temple, Texas. Riley Crawford from Somerset, Kentucky. Dr. Crawford will enter a residency in internal medicine at San Antonio Uniformed Services Health Education Consortium in San Antonio, Texas. Preston Crump from Mount Sterling, Kentucky. Dr. Crump will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Parker Dean from Winchester, Kentucky. Dr. Dean will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson, Mississippi. William Denton from Paducah, Kentucky. Dr. Denton will enter a residency in interventional radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Granite Dervishi from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Dr. Dervishi will enter a residency in oral and maxillofacial surgery at the University of Kentucky College of Dentistry in Lexington, Kentucky. Connor Thomas Doherty from New York, New York. Dr. Doherty will enter a residency in oral and maxillofacial surgery at the University of Kentucky College of Dentistry in Lexington, Kentucky. Madison Edwards from O'Fallon, Missouri. Dr. Edwards will enter a residency in ophthalmology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Olivia Elbert from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Elbert will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Cameron Evans from Burlington, Kentucky. Dr. Evans will enter a residency in neurology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Hannah Fisher from Paducah, Kentucky. Dr. Fisher will enter a residency in emergency medicine at UPMC Medical Education in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Matthew Friedman from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Friedman will enter a residency in emergency medicine at Virginia Commonwealth University Health System in Richmond, Virginia. I now invite Dr. Michelle Lineberry, Associate Dean for Student Development and Progress, to continue the presentation of Lexington graduates.
Kennedy Lee Gibbs from Glasgow, Kentucky. Dr. Gibbs will enter a residency in psychiatry at East Tennessee State University in Johnson City, Tennessee. Samuel Golden from Somerset, Kentucky. Dr. Golden will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Zach Grissom from Paris, Kentucky. Dr. Grissom will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Landis Guo from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Guo will enter a residency in internal medicine and psychiatry at Charleston Area Medical Center in Charleston, West Virginia. Neil Gupta from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Gupta will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Ahmad Hakoum from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Hakoum will enter a residency in internal medicine at Prisma Health, University of South Carolina School of Medicine, Greenville, in Greenville, South Carolina. Tyler Hall from Richmond, Kentucky. Dr. Hall will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Holt Hammonds from Frankfort, Kentucky. Dr. Hammonds will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Casey Heisel from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Heisel will enter a residency in internal medicine primary care at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Trey Hoback from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Hoback will enter a residency in neurology at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland. Tucker Houchins from Crestwood, Kentucky. Dr. Houchins will enter a residency in interventional radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Holden Huffman from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Huffman will enter a residency in family medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Bailey Hume from Owensboro, Kentucky. Dr. Hume will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Jordan Hurley from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Hurley will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Alex James from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. James will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Addison Jennings from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Jennings will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of North Carolina Hospitals in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Jacob Dylan Johnson from Nashville, Tennessee. Dr. Johnson will enter a research fellowship at Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland, Ohio. Mallory Johnson from Dry Ridge, Kentucky. Dr. Johnson will enter a residency in family medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Jaewon Gong from Buffalo, New York. Dr. Guang will enter a residency in internal medicine at Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon, New Hampshire. Sabrin Alexandra Kapp from LaGrange, Kentucky. Dr. Kapp will enter a transitional research year in orthopedics at Northwell Health in New York City, New York. Mardan Kashimoff from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dr. Kashimoff will enter a residency in internal medicine at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. Deasia Renee King from Charlestown, Indiana. Dr. King will enter a residency in internal medicine and pediatrics at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Matthew Lemke from Carpentersville, Illinois. Dr. Lemke will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. TJ Leibkap from Reseda, California. Dr. Leibkap will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of California San Diego Medical Center in San Diego, California. Alexander Lukinchuk from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Lukinchuk will enter a preliminary surgery year at the University of Missouri Hospitals and Clinics in Columbia, Missouri. Elena Christine Manawis from Clinton Township, Michigan. Dr. Manawis will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the Jacobs School of Medicine and Biomedical Sciences at the University of Buffalo in Buffalo, New York. Star Manning Larimore from LaGrange, Kentucky. Dr. Manning Larimore will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Reagan Martin Landock from Versailles, Kentucky. Dr. Martin Landock will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the Medical College of Georgia in Augusta, Georgia. Peyton Mashney from Ashland, Kentucky. Dr. Mashney will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Lucas Maxey from London, Kentucky. Dr. Maxey will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Shelby Lane McCubbin from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. McCubbin will enter a residency in psychiatry at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Jazzaray McKinney from Moorhead, Kentucky. Dr. McKinney will enter a residency in anesthesiology at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Emily Christine Melcher from Versailles, Kentucky. Dr. Melcher will enter a residency in general surgery at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Nick Meredith from Loretto, Kentucky. Dr. Meredith will enter a residency in interventional radiology at Oregon Health and Science University in Portland, Oregon. Caitlin Miller from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Miller will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Mara Mobilia from Erie, Pennsylvania. Dr. Mobilia will enter a residency in internal medicine in Virginia. Shelby Montgomery from Georgetown, Kentucky. Dr. Montgomery will enter a residency in psychiatry at Vanderbilt University Medical Center in Nashville, Tennessee. Rachel Mooney from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Mooney will enter a preliminary surgery year at the University of North Carolina Hospitals in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Omkar Moore from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Moore will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Chicago Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Tyler Osborne from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Osborne will enter a preliminary surgery year at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Skylar Palmer from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Palmer will enter a residency in plastic surgery at the University of Virginia Medical Center in Charlottesville, Virginia. Ronak Patel from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dr. Patel will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Yugant Surab Patel from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Patel will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine in Miami, Florida. I would now like to invite Dr. Wendy Jackson, Associate Dean for Admissions, to present the remaining Lexington campus graduates.
Danielle R. Peterson from Toledo, Ohio. Dr. Peterson will enter a residency in general surgery at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Chloe Power from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Power will enter a residency in internal medicine, primary care at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Nikitha Rajendran from Frankfort, Kentucky. Dr. Rajendran will enter a residency in ophthalmology at the Boston University Medical Center in Boston, Massachusetts. Matthew Ray from Georgetown, Kentucky. Dr. Ray will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Carlos Reyes from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Reyes will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Wyatt Ringo from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Ringo will enter a residency in emergency medicine at Allegheny General Hospital in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Louise Rogers from Florence, Kentucky. Dr. Rogers will enter a residency in neurological surgery at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Lauren Hudson Rose. From Villa Hills, Kentucky, Dr. Rose will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Colin Ryan from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Ryan will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Sasha Barreal Sarajeev from Frankfort, Kentucky. Dr. Sarajeev will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at the Marshall University School of Medicine in Huntington, West Virginia. Sydney Sanford from Georgetown, Kentucky. Dr. Sanford will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Jacob Santana from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Santana will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Mallory May Shake from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Shake will enter a residency in pediatrics at the Duke University Medical Center in Durham, North Carolina. Hidus Shifaro from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Dr. Shifaro will enter a residency in internal medicine at the Mayo Clinic School of Graduate Medical Education in Rochester, Minnesota. Heather Short from Hindman, Kentucky. Dr. Short will enter a residency in pathology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Sydney Leigh Short from Middlesboro, Kentucky. Dr. Short will enter a residency in neurology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Andrew Singerman from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Singerman will enter a residency in anesthesiology at the University of South Florida Morzani College of Medicine in Tampa, Florida. John C. Slaughter from Tompkinsville, Kentucky. Dr. Slaughter will enter a preliminary surgery year at the University of Tennessee Graduate School of Medicine in Knoxville, Tennessee. Cameron Sloan from Pikeville, Kentucky. Dr. Sloan will enter a residency in dermatology at Wayne State University School of Medicine in Detroit, Michigan. Morgan Smith from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Smith will enter a residency in emergency medicine at Resurrection Medical Center in Chicago, Illinois. Trevor South from Campbellsville, Kentucky. Dr. South will enter a residency in internal medicine at the Keesler Medical Center in Biloxi, Mississippi. Wyatt Southall from Versailles, Kentucky. Dr. Southall will enter a residency in orthopedic surgery at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Kayla Stenjum from Deerfield, Wisconsin. Dr. Stenjum will enter a residency in the oral and maxillofacial surgery at the University of Kentucky College of Dentistry in Lexington, Kentucky. Margaret Elizabeth Stoll from Georgetown, Kentucky. Dr. Stoll will enter a triple board program in pediatrics, adult and child psychiatry at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Madison Sturdivant from Union, Kentucky. Dr. Sturdivant will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Viraji Subramaniam from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Subramaniam will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Madison Bailey Tackett from Virgie, Kentucky. Dr. Tackett will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Grace Thomas from Villa Hills, Kentucky. Dr. Thomas will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Louisville School of Medicine in Louisville, Kentucky. Jenna Tennell from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Tennell will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Emily Trammell from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Trammell will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital in Birmingham, Alabama. Alex Tran from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Tran will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Emma Walbrink from Independence, Kentucky. Dr. Walbrink will enter a residency in pathology at the Montefiore Medical Center, Albert Einstein College of Medicine in Bronx, New York. Sabina Warnes from Chetan, Okinawa. Dr. Warnes will enter a transitional year at San Antonio Uniformed Services Health Education Consortium in San Antonio, Texas. Madison Webster from Independence, Kentucky. Dr. Webster will enter a residency in internal medicine and pediatrics at the Indiana University School of Medicine in Indianapolis, Indiana. Ethan Wells from Elkhorn City, Kentucky. Dr. Wells will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Alan David Westerfield V from Lexington, Kentucky. Dr. Westerfield V will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Kaylee Wheeler from Louisville, Kentucky. Dr. Wheeler will enter a residency in internal medicine primary care at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Callie Whitus from Corbin, Kentucky. Dr. Whitus will enter a residency in internal medicine and pediatrics at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Jenna Renee Wilson from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Dr. Wilson will enter a residency in pediatrics at the University of Tennessee Health Science Center in Memphis, Tennessee. Andrew Woodrich from Clarkson, Michigan. Dr. Woodrich will enter a residency in internal medicine and ABIM research path at UPMC Medical Education in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Amy Woolard from Cadiz, Kentucky. Dr. Woolard will enter a residency in internal medicine at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Allison Victoria Wright from Utica, Kentucky. Dr. Wright will enter a residency in emergency medicine at the Magnolia Regional Health Center in Corinth, Mississippi. Annika Yadav from Florence, Kentucky. Dr. Yadav will enter a residency in obstetrics gynecology at the Wright State University Boonshoff School of Medicine in Dayton, Ohio. Rob Yates from Grayson, Kentucky. Dr. Yates will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky. Juliana York from Berea, Kentucky. Dr. York will enter a residency in diagnostic radiology at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington, Kentucky.
Isn't it amazing to see all of these graduates? And as we move forward, this marks an important transition. You've been hooded as physicians, you've been called doctor officially for the first time, you've been recognized for your accomplishments, and this next step reflects the responsibility that will come with that role. The Physician's Pledge represents the values that will guide you in your work with patients and then in the communities you will serve. I would now like to invite all members of the class of 2026 to stand as you are able and join in reciting the Physician's Pledge. And I would also like to invite Dr. Brianna Gagan, Dr. Hida Shufrau, Dr. Bradley Furco, and Dr. Megan Ward to join me at the podium to lead the pledge. Family and friends, you can follow along with the pledge in your programs.
As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity in accordance with good medical practice. Through the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession, I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I will make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
It is my honor to present to you all here today the University of Kentucky College of Medicine, class of 2026. Let's hear it for them. Graduates, you may be seated. We'll have lots more time to celebrate. But now that we get the distinct honor of calling you an alumna of the University of Kentucky College of Medicine, I want to introduce you to one of your fellow alumni. Dr. Brent J. Morris is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon at Baptist Health in Lexington, specializing in shoulder surgery. A native of Powell County, Kentucky, he returned to the Commonwealth in 2020 after practicing in Houston, Texas. Dr. Morris earned his medical degree from the University of Kentucky College of Medicine in 2008, followed by an orthopedic surgery residency at Vanderbilt University and a shoulder and elbow fellowship at Texas Orthopedic Hospital in affiliation with the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. A recognized leader in orthopedic research and innovation, Dr. Morris has authored more than 60 peer-reviewed publications and a textbook on shoulder replacement surgery. He is proud to bring this experience back to Kentucky in the same way that we hope all of you do. And he is caring for patients in his home state. Please welcome Dr. Brent J. Morris.
Well, thank you for that introduction. It is truly an honor to be with you today. As an orthopedic surgeon, my daily life is often defined by problems we know how to fix. Rotator cuff tears, fractures, advanced arthritis. In my world, the clinical pathway can be as simple as see a broken bone, fix a broken bone. But as you know, our calling is so much more than a clinical pathway. Sometimes the most important moment sounds like, how's your dad doing after his cancer diagnosis? Or I know it's been a very hard year since you lost your mother. How are you holding up? What can we do to support you? As physicians, we are often the only people in a patient's life positioned to ask the hard questions, the important questions, and to offer compassion in a moment of profound need. What begins as a routine visit for shoulder pain can become an opportunity for a patient to address something that means so much more. Your patients have stories to tell that extend beyond the chief complaint. I encourage you, take the time to listen. It will be as therapeutic for you as it is for your patients. Several years ago, practicing in Houston, I had the chance to learn the story of one of my patients. He was a humble, unsung hero. One day, he presented me with a replica of an award that he had received, an honor highlighting his role in an event that left an indelible mark on history. A story of tragedy and a story of redemption. The date of the award was April 18th, 1970. 1 week prior, America had launched its third mission to land man on the moon. When tragedy struck, the mission's purpose shifted instantly. The goal was no longer the moon. The only goal was to bring 3 astronauts home safely. We often speak of scientific miracles, forgetting that these are not miracles at all, but rather the product of hard work, long hours, and disciplined intelligence. This is from the citation of the Presidential Medal of Freedom awarded to the Apollo 13 Mission Operations Team on April 18, 1970, for heroically bringing our astronauts back home. Hard work, long hours, disciplined intelligence. That sounds a lot like the journey you've been on to reach this stage. My patient and I bonded over his time working at NASA as part of Mission Control. He wasn't the MVP or a famous character in a movie. He was part of a team that worked together to find a solution just in time. His life was a reminder that in medicine, as in space, things don't always go as planned. Your mission and your goals may seem clear today, but there will be days when the purpose of the mission changes. I encountered my own challenges and tragedy during my time here, and I know you have encountered similar things in your journey as well. Fortunately, for each of us, compassion and empathy are at the very heart of the University of Kentucky College of Medicine. Our faculty and leadership embody these principles. They shaped us first and foremost as doctors, not as surgeons, not as specialists, but as doctors. When challenges impact your patients, you will be there for them as the doctor that they need. When challenges impact your family, you will be there for them as the person that they need. And when challenges impact you, the people surrounding you today will be the support you need. We cannot do this alone. I don't have Presidential Medals of Freedom to award to my heroes. I wish I did. My family, friends, and mentors that carried me through during my time. But many of them are here today. They were the ones that asked me the hard questions and showed me compassion when I needed it most. Hard work, long hours, and disciplined intelligence are requirements for this journey. You know that. But our profession demands even more. Ultimately, what we must strive for each day is a servant's heart. Dr. Griffith sums it up perfectly. A servant's heart is what we hope to instill in each and every one of our learners. He goes on to say, there's a goal of excellence in education, clinical care, and transformative research, but with the understanding that the overarching purpose of these endeavors is to serve our community, our learners, and our patients. You are the product of these values. This is the foundation that will carry you through. I offer my sincere congratulations to what I consider to be the most vital graduating class in our state. You are essential to the health and the future of our Commonwealth. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Morris, for reminding us of the responsibility and privilege that comes with this calling and how we'll take care of those behind us that were here to support us and those next to us as we move on in this next phase of our journey. Graduates, it's been a joy and an honor to witness your growth into thoughtful, skilled, and compassionate physicians. As we conclude today's ceremony, I want to share a quote that you all have heard by now from Dr. Maya Angelou, and I hope that you'll carry this with you. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And you have that opportunity every time you go into an operating room, a hospital room, a clinic room. Let that be your guide as you care for patients, as you collaborate with each other as colleagues, and as you advocate for those voices who may go unheard. Today, you join a proud legacy of physicians who have walked this path before you. And now it's your turn to lead, to heal, and to serve. We believe in you, you've made us proud, and the best is yet to come. So one final time, let's give a round of applause to the class of 2026. And for our graduates, to applaud everyone that supported them along the way. So this concludes our commencement ceremony, and we ask that friends and family and loved ones remain in your seats for the entirety of the recessional. Immediately after the recessional, graduates will exit, and then we'll return one last time so we can take a class picture. But afterwards, I invite all of you to join us in the concourse for refreshments to continue celebrating this momentous occasion. Thank you again for joining, and for all of those that it applies to, happy Mother's Day.